worries me about the end is that I'll do something and commit to living like it's the end, and then it's not, and I just like killed my neighbor.
Y2K. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like,
Now you got a dead body and a bunch of corn in your basement, and you're like, all right.
God damn it.
I guess I'll go back to telling jokes about my girlfriend.
Yeah. There's a dead body on the floor. I'm like, so can I still play Acme?
Oh, boy. Gonna have to cancel at the House of Comedy.
Oh, man.
The government growing babies. Microchips in your anus. All koala bears are racist. The ozone layer owes me money. Martians invented turkey stuffing. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
Because you gotta have diamonds and pearls, whether you're a boy or a girl. Welcome to another phenomenal episode, little mamas and Gentiles alike, of My Mama Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove that the prayer Dionne Warwick said, the little prayer for you, was in fact about her niece, Whitney Houston. She saw it coming the whole time.
God
I'm David Gborie.
Damn. The fortune teller, Dionne Warwick.
Come on.
Amongst many other things, a talented
She wears
individual.
a lot of hats.
She wears a lot of hats, some of them real silly, but she was a fortune teller of sorts, and you're saying that she could see the future.
She knew it was going.
And see that Whitney would eventually become a woman struggling with cocaine addiction.
She knew it was going to be tough on Neppy. Here's my question.
Well, I'm Langston Kerman, and I'm listening.
He is Langston Kerman. How do you feel about fortune telling?
I believe, and I think I've said this maybe on the podcast before, I believe that if you start fucking with that shit, you're opening up a world of problems that I don't want to ever explore.
Yeah. You keep knocking on the devil's door.
Somebody gonna answer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I am not brave enough, I would say, to be one of those people who's like, ghosts ain't real. The fortune telling, that shit ain't true. Like, right. I don't know if it's real or if it's not real, but I know if I start fucking with it, then I'm gonna start seeing some shit that I don't want to see when I'm laying in bed at night.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, where are you?
Sometimes I think maybe I need more devil.
That you want to welcome the devil into your home.
You know, I think you got to try stuff.
Okay. You don't feel like you've tried? I feel like
Okay.
And I don't mean this in a shaming way, but more than most of my friends, I would say you're a person who's tried a little bit of everything.
I think that's a nice way to say it, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're a man who's dabbled in all of good fortune and bad fortune.
I've had my fingers in a lot of pots.
Yeah, and so you don't think that was enough to get the devil?
I just never have had what I felt like was a direct encounter.
Right. You had that, but you told us that ghost story.
Yeah. I don't think that was the devil, though. I think that ghosts are different than the devil.
Okay, you don't associate ghosts with the devil.
Not particularly. They kind of I feel like they're like, ghosts are like they've gone rogue. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing their own
like
thing.
The devil can't even fuck with them.
No. They have a score to settle, and it's on them.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know where they're at. They're not checking in.
Yeah.
He's like, they were supposed to be in hell 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they're up here in some little kid's room.
What's that Nicolas Cage movie where he...
I like how you do it with a soft C.
What, Nicolas Cage?
It sounds like you said Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Who's that Nicolas Cage fella? Nicolas Cage didn't he was that Marvel man whose head is on fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what is his name?
Hell Rider.
He's a bicyclist.
Daddy Bike.
Daddy Horn's
Daddy
bike.
Fire Bike.
Horn biker.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
It's a shit film, obviously.
It was very bad.
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage was very bad in it. But
yeah, he did not do a good job.
But by your suggestion, it sounds like Ghosts for you are closer to Ghost Rider than they are to Servants of the Devil.
Yeah. Also, my thing about the devil is people talk about the devil doing stuff to them. Nobody ever talks about it being bad to be an actual servant of the devil.
So here's...
You know what I'm saying? Like, as a job,
yeah.
People are like, oh, the devil did this to me, he got me. But you never hear anybody like, I work for the devil, and it's kind of great.
He's a fun boss.
Kind of great. 401k, you know what I'm saying?
You can stick something in people's butts.
My kids got braces.
Yeah. Here's my thing is that I've always felt, and this I think goes in line with both devil and ghost, that in the case of possession, I don't want
to the law.
I don't want to be possessed because it's 9/10 of the law. But should I be possessed, I'm not fighting it. I am embracing it.
That's what you would have to do.
I don't want to be fucking bending backwards and throwing up green. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to fucking just be cool inside my own body with a little devil hanging out in there. And I think that part of the reason their eyes get all crazy and they're
trying to fight it.
They're trying to fight it. And you just got to let the devil do what the devil does.
See, that's crazy. I always thought the devil goes into you and then you're like, it's like you're sleeping or something.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were not conscious of that at all. Because as a kid, that was the thing I was the most afraid of, was the idea of being possessed.
But why are they acting all crazy if that's just...
Because the demon wants to scare the other people.
Sure.
It's not to scare you. It's to show other people, like, look what I could do.
Yeah, but I would say that there are other ways you could scare a motherfucker as a demon besides making me shit out my mouth. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you could just show up.
You just have a gun and be like, I'm gonna fucking shoot all of you.
I mean, or you could just be a demon.
Yeah,
that'd be scary. Yeah. Just in the house. Oh shit! You
can just do some shit you know I don't know how to do.
Yeah, you could just show yourself to me.
You just watch me moonwalk and you're like, that nigga's possessed. He ain't never did that before.
He can't do it.
He can't do that.
Man.
Yeah.
I forgot where we were going.
Well, I don't know that we're going anywhere. We never are going anywhere. We are here today in studio.
And live.
You're fucking here. You came all the way from Denver because we had a very special guest, and now we just get to hang out.
We got Terry Crews on.
Terry Crews finally came, and it didn't go well.
No. I snuffed that. Bro, what if I beat up Terry Crews, you'd never be able to talk to me again.
Me?
No, I would just, my ego.
Oh, you're saying you wouldn't allow people to talk to you.
My ego would go crazy.
I'll be honest, I'd keep calling every day.
Yeah, we can still hang out.
No, it's not even that it's obviously I would want to hang out, but I just would want you to know how much I'm impressed by you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think if you beat up Terry Crews, it would become a inappropriate relationship between us because I'd be too big a fan. You know what I
mean? You would admire my work too much.
Yeah, it's like we can't be co-hosts anymore because I'm too fucking impressed.
Because I've elevated because I put that dude down.
Yeah, you fucking sniped him.
Yeah, I would sneak him. That's the only way this would. Because let's be honest, for real,
that's a big motherfucker.
He would beat the shit out of me.
That's a big
and that would be a tough L for me. If Terry Crews hears this and he beats my ass soon, it's going to be, I'm going to have to go underground for a minute.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll need the support of the Lil Mamas to lift me up.
That was always my problem with the way that Chris Rock handled getting slapped was like, of course you're going to lose this fight to Will Smith.
Yeah.
There's never been a doubt from anyone who's looked at the two of you standing next to each other who's going to win this fight. Make it funny, man. scream,
Yeah.
fall down, say, he's killing me. He's fucking killing. Like, you have to play this big and make it silly. And instead, he tried to be a man. And
I
it's
thought
like,
fighting scared your mom.
yeah, it's like, no, it's you fucking, you got to fucking.
Yeah, no, you can't just like.
I would have been running around that room being like, Meryl Streep, did you see what he did to me? Like, I would have fucking eroded the evening.
Because listen, different dudes are playing different games. If you're trying to do the game of I could beat everybody up, that's like, you run out of that real quick. Some of us are just funny lovers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
some of us just make you laugh and eat you out.
Yeah, and that's thank God for us. I would go.
I would say more valuable than those who punch you in the head.
Come on, in the wintertime, you want some guy who's gonna punch you in the head?
No.
You want a guy who's gonna eat that pussy.
And he's gonna talk like that after he eats it.
I'm gonna say that.
We have a conspiracy today. This is I would say one of my own cooking. This is a homegrown conspiracy theory. I have been thinking about this quite a bit, and I ran it past you, and you seemed interested. You seemed open.
I just like to hang out.
Yeah.
I hope we can get some sandwiches after this. Yeah.
I think we're gonna get some sandwiches, but before we do, we landed on, and you picked the verbiage. I think it's beautiful words that you chose, but you said, my mama told me.
White people cooking has atrophied.
And I think that I'm in wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Because they are fucking shit up.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh my God. What are they on the internet? You guys are out here looking crazy.
Yeah, there are those videos that have become very popular of Black people, and we talked about one person in particular, but there are
Shout out to Super Ray,
but I think there are a bunch of examples of it, of Black people watching white people cook weird meals where it's a lot of like ground beef, then with cheese, then with like pudding, and it's like, what the fuck? And
somehow
they
make it into a Jello mold, and you're like, this is fucked up.
This is a sin. And then you watch a skinny white woman eat it, and you're like
smiling, or just like she puts like chicken in the microwave. You know what I mean? It's
to cook it, not just to like reheat it or to like put a finishing brown on it, like to fully be like, no, this is cooked now.
And it's like, when did this happen? When did you stop? When did you stop being able to feed yourself?
Yeah, it's a really crazy. It's fucking nuts.
It's odd because that's like one thing every group has.
Food.
Everybody likes to cook.
It's truly the root of all culture.
Yeah.
It is just being like, well, we are connected because we have these foods and we eat them this way. And white people are sort of like, nah, we don't. No collective.
Do you think it's like there's also a disconnect to like in America? Because I think white people abroad can cook.
Yeah, okay.
I think this is an American thing.
I would say select abroad, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants Scandinavian food.
No, or fucking British food is
so bad.
Beans on bread, suck my dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will say, though, I had that English breakfast, and it was kind of good.
Man.
I'm sorry, man. You want me to lie to you?
Look,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not in charge of the pad, but you got to clear the air a little bit. That's fucking
ugly. You are disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
And that was the right button to press. I think you picked the right one.
I know it was.
Yeah, no, I don't eat that shit. But
have you ever tried it?
I have, yeah.
And
I was like, no, I like regular breakfast.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it surprised me as well.
Okay.
But that being said, yeah, I do think I think they can cook whatever. I think there might be a disconnect from food and processing and all that. Like they've just been maybe eating microwave meals for so long. It's crazy.
Let's talk a little bit about where this conspiracy came from for me. That like originally what got me thinking about it is that I have noticed that a fair amount of the things that we associate with quality Black foods are not necessarily Black. and that I think that there was probably a transition in the period where Black people started to get more rights, right? That the sit-ins are over. We're allowed to eat at every restaurant. And then suddenly white people are noticing that they're having to cook pretty good meals for people that they fucking hate. And I think somewhere in that, they were like, I'm not seasoning shit for these motherfuckers I don't like. I'm not going to keep putting my best foot forward.
My great-grandmother didn't come to Poland for me to make some mutton for these darkies.
Yeah, I'm not serving this Black motherfucker my favorite dish.
Come on.
Fuck you. I'm a boiled chicken and you'll eat it that way or I won't serve it at all. And I think that has somehow sort of blossomed into now a cultural sort of like identity where white people are like, yeah, we don't try that hard with our food.
But I mean, here's the thing is that I think that the foods that they're making, I think they think that stuff is good online, at least. You know?
Yes, I think they think it's
they
good.
Enjoy the cuisine.
But I think that that's more the product of a generation that doesn't know they don't know they was kings once type shit.
Whoa.
Do you know what I'm saying? That like white people, we talked about this. Biscuits and gravy, while it is, in my mind, a food that I associate with Black people, it's not really Black people. It's Southern.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's Southern in the universal sense, in the royal Southern. And it became Black people because we just have continued to fine tune quality cooking. Whereas they were like, I don't know, motherfucker. We ain't trying no more.
Well, do you wonder also if it's... This is hard because I also wonder how much of it is like regionally. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I trust everyone in no offense, I trust everyone in the South to cook better than everyone in the Midwest.
I think that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
I think if we're talking regions that are bad at cooking, it goes Midwest is the worst.
You think Midwest is the worst?
At cooking.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, Chicago. Is this hurting your feelings?
Hey, it's not making me feel better.
That's I mean, you guys also have Nebraska and Iowa. There's a lot in the Midwest.
Yeah. I'm listening.
So
listen, I'm not refuting as much as I am reeling from the aches and pains you're throwing my way.
I'm sorry for
Sure.
this. I think, and this is also from touring as a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Food-wise, I think Midwest is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I think the West Coast is next.
Yeah.
I think then you got the Northeast. Then you got the South. So South is best.
Yeah.
Northeast is second. West Coast is third.
And
Midwest is the worst.
Because Northeast is a surprise for me, given what we're tracing in terms of like culture. Why would Northeast fall so high or low, depending on how you want to scale it on the list?
Just the amount, the diversity.
Yeah.
The Midwest there's not a huge diversity in food there is in like New York City or even Philly or, you know what I mean? Like all these places, there's like a lot of different forms.
It's more homogenous groups of people sort of like living in small pockets.
Right. So, yeah, I think it's just diversity-wise. That's why it goes high up. And I think the West Coast is just like, listen, they invented health food and it's very good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the West Coast I factor in less because I think they pride themselves more. We pride ourselves. I don't know what the fuck I'm identifying with. I don't identify with this shit. I just live here. But
that's true. I get that.
I think California and certainly like the coast in general seems to pride itself more on like, we know what is right for us.
More than we They're very pretentious about it.
Are 100% certain that this is the best tasting thing. It's more like, but if you eat that, you'll live another 5 years. Right. If you eat it the other way, it's your choice.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's huge inclusions. California got the avocado popping. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was big big on you. That was a good one.
It wasn't, avocado wasn't doing that kind of work when I was a kid.
Nobody even knew about it. I was a little freak for loving guacamole. A freak, I tell you. You think they had guacamole? Did they have guacamole in Chicago in '94?
We had it, but it wasn't popping like that.
No.
Yeah.
Avocado had a renaissance.
Avocado really found itself. Brussels sprouts really found themselves.
Oh yeah.
Broccoli's in sort of a nice
Broccoli's
little
doing good stuff.
revolution.
Yeah.
No, I do think to some extent this does feel regional, but I do also think that there is sort of a universal white people can't cook that does get applied, whether true or not, gets applied sort of across all regions. And I wonder how much of that is rooted in them voluntarily choosing to stop applying themselves at cooking as a result of us getting equal rights.
You think like once everybody, I mean, it does feel like when there's so many options.
Yeah.
Why would you make your British food? When it's like equal rights. Now black people got restaurants and we're giving them to the Chinese.
And that's actually an interesting interpretation of it too, because in some ways they are no longer cooking their cultural food. Like if so many of the people of this country, as they claim, are descendants of the original people of this country, or the fake original people of this country.
I don't know what you're saying. I'm lost.
I'm saying that if a bunch of people are like descendants of the people who came here you know, the colonists that they were,
right,
then you should be putting beans on bread and you should be fucking eating little thick sausages. And
but you like Little Caesars.
You
want
Caesars.
A hot and ready, you little dirty bitch. You want some Taco Bell.
Yeah. You like everybody else's shit but y'all shit.
Yeah. And maybe that's what happened. It was like, because it's like, I know a lot of white women who claim to make great enchiladas. That's a big one they love.
And you don't believe them?
No, I don't even like enchiladas.
Yeah, I'm not as big of a fan as I always think I could be.
No, it's just wet and bad. Like,
yeah.
I love wet food. Don't get me wrong.
I'm a big fan of wet food.
Come on.
Hey, I like a lot of things wet.
Come on, baby. I have a girlfriend. She's great.
I got a wife. She's fine. No, she's lovely.
Yeah,
I kid. Yeah, she's okay.
I also think that, because here's the other thing about white people's cooking. They do dare. It is daring. It's just not in a good way. Like, have you ever had that? My girl was telling me about this like sweet rice salad thing that they do.
Sweet rice salad? It's
like sweet rice and then like almonds and it's dumb.
Yeah, no, I've never had that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a firm no on that one. Yeah.
It's like big swings. It's just not done well. And I think sometimes there's like a lack of attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of times when I'll watch like these like white lady TikToks or something, it's like there's like a lack of the base knowledge of cooking.
Oh.
And that's why this shit's bad, where it's just like, heat the pan up.
Well,
you know, like whatever.
Well, let me ask you this, because this is actually a pretty curious question for me. Where do you fall when it comes to sort of like the Michelin star, the restaurants that are treated with like sort of like revered, these places that you're being told are the best food in the world, and it's obviously a white person,
right,
number one, rating them, but number two, oftentimes making these dishes. Do you hold them in high regard, or are you like, no, I don't give a fuck about none of that?
I'm open to it because I think that some of them are very good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I had some food in a yurt the other day.
Okay.
We went to a yurt and it was fire. And it was like, it's like this restaurant that they said supposedly was like up for a Michelin star, but it's not quite in Denver. So it's like sort of in Aurora.
Yeah.
We went to this yurt. It was really good food, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I also was in the Bahamas. Don't need to brag. And I need to quit cutting and looking at camera. That's a weird.
No, it's okay.
Are you doing it too?
Yeah, I think so, but
okay.
maybe not as much as you. But
yeah, that's fucking. I get excited. You know what I mean? It's like different. I'm like not at home. I have shoes on. This is a whole different.
It's okay to serve it to camera. We're here. They're here. Come on.
But then, like a week later, I was in the Bahamas and I had food from a smoke shack on the side of a beach, and it was equally as good to me.
Yeah.
So it's like I give space for the higher brow, the Michelin star stuff, but I don't. That's not solely where I'm going to find, because sometimes it's like. Sometimes with food, like in fancy restaurants, I feel like it's complicated more than it's good. It's like, oh, they had to do 30 things to cook that, but it didn't come together as good as like that quesadilla I had across town.
I also, and I this is where I think I stand firmest as it relates to food, is I don't care how good the meal is if I don't feel satisfied afterwards. That like part of what a good meal to me is you filled my tummy all the way to the brim. But a lot of times you go to these fancy restaurants and shit, and like it was a great tasting item that you offered me, but I'm still hungry, so I don't like you no more.
That's fair. Because you get hangry.
Yeah.
You're a hangry guy.
You giving me blue balls of the tum-tum, and I don't like that.
Hangry hippos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, there is something to be said for just a big, like, bowl of stew or some shit.
Come on, dog. You go to some of these restaurants and look, I get it. The Midwest don't do a lot great, but we serve you the portions you deserve.
That's fair. You will get full as
you ain't walking away.
That's a good point.
With your tummy growling at the local eatery in the Midwest.
Right. And I do like Midwestern food. I love a beef. Dip it. Flip it.
Come on, man.
Smack it up. Rub it down. Oh, no.
Yeah, I just like, I think it's unfair when, you pay money and are expecting a quality meal and you have what is a delightful tasting experience, but not a filling experience. And I would argue that if you cannot fill me up, then you can't cook that good.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm taking big swings, baby.
All right. Well, I think, but also there is a level of I will say this. When I go to one of those fancy restaurants with a richer person who doesn't mind buying enough to get us full, that's a good time.
That is true.
I mean, we're going to lunch after this. Yeah, I believe it's on Big Money Players.
That's what they said, but we'll confirm when the episode's over.
Let's just say I'm getting 3 apps. I'm going to need the octopus, Olivia. I don't know why I steepled.
Yeah, I'm going to try the pheasant.
Yeah. What is this, a risotto?
Is that a girl risotto? That's cool.
Yeah, that's a risotto for girls.
Yeah, I think you're probably right that it's more about being able to order more of it.
Yeah.
But I also think that, like, and I'm truly speaking for myself, I'm not a great cook. I know that about myself.
Really?
Yeah, but...
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because if I put my mind to it, I can be very good.
That's my problem. What you're saying. Like, I won't try.
Right. But if I try, I whenever I actually put some elbow into, it's good.
I won't. I'm not making shit by any means, but I just don't have the energy, the internal yearning to like work for an hour on a thing that I then eat in 10 minutes.
Right, I understand that.
Like I can't process it.
Do you make like man meals a lot? Well, you have a family though.
I got a nice lady who does it for me.
Oh, and then she does all the
I do all the cleaning.
A woman
she does all the
wife?
cooking.
Oh,
yeah,
your wife?
Yeah,
Wait.
my wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't have like a. Do you really think I'm rolling in the dough like that? I don't have a.
I know that in my head. I've seen you. I don't know why I think you're rich. Are you not? It's okay.
I don't think so. I'm doing fine.
Two
Yeah.
income household though.
Yeah, we have a 2-income household.
Yeah.
We do pretty well, but
Okay.
a lady who like truly cooks for you, a chef is.
I don't know the prices.
That's a step above where.
Okay.
You know
I
what
also
mean?
do okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make a lot of money.
Yeah. Cool.
Not like a lot, like a black people a lot of money.
Cool, big man. But I say all that to say, I know that if I were making a small portion of something, I could make it very well. Do you know what I mean? That it's the increasing of the quantity that makes it more complicated, which is why catering is so fucking tough. It's why, like, when you go to fucking college campuses and you're eating like those at the trays and trays of food that they put out for the buffets, while the eggs are ass and the grits are runny and all the shit.
Like if you go to Golden Corral.
It's ass because it's not because the dude in the back doesn't know how to make good food. It's because he has to make the most food.
Yeah.
And that's really, really hard.
That being said, I just went to a Golden Corral about a month ago.
It was hidden?
Still hidden.
Okay.
Still
yeah.
hidden.
Nah.
Also, you know there's still alcohol in there?
At Golden Corral?
Which is crazy.
I didn't know they could do that.
They're selling alcohol in the Golden Corral.
I'll be honest. I was a old country buffet boy.
Right.
As growing up, that was our signature restaurant. I think it's probably regional. It's a Midwest.
It's called different things. Some places it's called Hometown Buffet.
Yeah.
Some places it's called Country Buffet.
Yeah.
Old Country. But I think it's all the same.
I think they're cousins.
They have the same font.
Checkers, rallies.
Yeah. Come and Go. What's the other one?
Yeah.
Loaf and Jug.
The rest.
Tom Thumb. It's all the same.
Point being, I remember my relationship to all of that food is so childlike that, like, I remember them like hot ass cinnamon buns they used to have in there.
Yeah.
And I used to fucking love those, and that was enough reason to like that place.
Yeah. Soda fountain.
I never knew if they served alcohol. I just presumed they couldn't because I was a kid.
I don't think they did because it's like I was thinking about it. It's a bad call.
You don't give liquor to those kinds of people.
There's not one place I would rather be drunk less than a buffet.
Bro.
Like, so sad.
Bro, you just gave him 6 shrimp. You can't wash that down with tequila.
Oh God! Oh, tequila in the buffet is
that's
so
fucking crazy.
And I think that could turn dark so fast.
This ham has been under this light for hours.
Yeah, because like you almost need to be sober at a buffet to show some restraint.
You gotta know
like
what
you have
you're doing.
now you're drunk in there.
Come on.
I'm dipping my shrimp in fucking soft serve.
Come on. You're putting salad dressing on your Chinese food.
Yeah, it's
hey man, you're being crazy.
It's fucked up. I'm like, I feel the same way. I feel I'm the opposite of integration when it comes to like cuisines.
Yeah, you gotta. I feel like the buffet has to be where prohibition sort of maintains.
Yeah, it's not good. But Golden Corral got it.
Yeah, you can't get drunk at Golden Corral. You should not do that. If you are a person who still frequents Golden Corral, that's okay.
Yeah.
No judgment. We are a judgment-free podcast. That's not true, but
Langston's judging you pretty hard.
Judging you pretty hard. But that said, more importantly, if you are going to the Golden Corral, stay sober, baby.
Yeah, you don't want it. It's just not for you.
That's not a low you need to sink to.
Nah, you're better than that.
Yeah. So you think it sounds like that this conspiracy of white people atrophying is less about a conscious choice on their part and more just sort of, what would you say the cause is?
I think the market got flooded with superior product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that they were always making these weird Frito pies, and now we just know better.
Yeah, and now the internet, you can learn how to make anything. Like they're not, they're just like, everybody can make curry now.
Everybody can make curry.
My mom was making curry back in 95.
Whoa. That was back when curry was illegal.
Yeah.
They stop you at the airport if you had curry in your bag. You're getting pulled over, Miss Ma'am.
It's the first person I ever saw with coconut milk.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't really get it.
I didn't know that coconuts could be milked.
No.
Can you milk me, Greg?
I don't know where the whole thing.
There was doo-doo, feces thrown all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
That's just a good reset.
Yeah, no, you had to clean house a little bit.
Anyways.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're of the belief that this is more about like a superior product.
Yeah.
I will say that when we were talking about this out there, the idea was presented that some of this has to do with white people's laziness.
That was what a white person said.
Yeah, and I let's be cautious. Let's be careful.
Tread lightly.
Let's make sure that our white listeners don't feel offended by the things that we're saying.
Well, I don't know if we'll go that far.
We want to hurt you, but we don't want to hurt you with our setups. We want to hurt you with our punchlines.
We want to push you far enough away that you'll still give your money to support us.
You know, like an abusive relationship.
We love you.
And we'll never do it again.
Yeah. And honestly, it's just because you make me so mad sometimes. Oh, no.
That's it. If you are being abused, call a hotline.
Yeah.
Something.
Unless you're a white person being abused by us.
Then stay right here.
Give me money.
But no, it was presented that perhaps the cause of white people atrophying as chefs and cooks in general is a result of them just being lazy, that they have accepted a position of sort of like being served in society, and that they are unwilling to adjust that thinking even as they continue to make bullshit out in the world.
I think that's a little too simple.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe that idea is kind of based more on white supremacy than I want it to be. You know what I mean? Like, we're on top, so we just stopped trying. It's like, I think there's more going on than that.
Right. That like it suggests a possibility that like they are in fact kings and queens.
Yeah, as opposed to maybe they're just people who are fucking up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Flawed
like the lazy thing kind of is like, yep, we got on top and now we're lazy and we just you know what I mean? As opposed so that there's not a problem with them. They don't have to answer for that. You know what I mean?
That's fair. We have seen certainly historically enough examples of both the rich and the poor being bad at cooking.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
In different ways.
Yeah, in very different ways. So it does make sense that, you know what I mean? And that's true of all races, I would say.
Yeah.
That like sometimes there is a dangerous propaganda of like black people can cook, white people can't. Right. And that's not true. Yeah. I know a lot of black motherfuckers that can't cook for shit.
Well, you said it.
I just think on average,
black people cook better.
I enjoy black people's food a lot more than I enjoy white people's food.
Yes.
You're struggling to
No,
get to that,
I'm just trying to think about, because I have definitely known some white people who can really cook.
Throw down.
But I think, if we're talking about on the whole, the numbers, yeah. Which I wonder, that is interesting. Because it's always crazy to me when you meet like a whole family who can't cook. You ever go over to like those kids' house when you were a kid and you're like, is what your mom is?
Yeah.
You gotta live like this? You eat this shit every day?
Yeah.
Every day.
I'll be honest. I mean this. I mean it genuinely. My father, one of my favorite dishes that he used to make when I was a kid was something called tomato chicken. And it was just...
God damn it.
And it was just a fucking, like a weird, like chicken breast in a skillet with like tomatoes like out of the can. Yeah. And he would just like mix it up and lightly season. And I'd be like, this is the best. And in retrospect, it wasn't good.
You just like chicken.
I like chicken and I like tomatoes. And I was like, these are two things I care for.
That's a single dad ass meal too.
Yeah, he was well.
Langston, we're having tomato chicken tonight. It's tomato chicken night. Really, Papa?
And it's almost like you were there. You truly captured our voices perfectly.
Yeah, that's how I figured. I met your dad. He's a real nice guy.
Yeah, he was making this shit tomato chicken, and I loved it.
I get
and
it.
I don't
Listen,
think it was good.
He's got his weird little boy who loves poetry. He doesn't know what to feed him.
Yeah, it's like, I got to make a meal fast.
Yeah, there's got to be some vegetables in it, apparently.
Tomatoes, onion, chicken.
Yeah, tomato chicken.
Tomato
I get
chicken.
that.
And I thought it was the fucking best, and now in retrospect, it wasn't the best.
Does your dad still make tomato chicken?
I bet he does. we don't have meals at his house anymore.
When you go back,
yeah, no, we don't.
You go to restaurants.
I've never asked him to cook for me ever again, and I don't think he's never been like, I've been working on the tomato chicken. I got a new recipe,
Right.
So yeah, it's just I think we're all in agreement that like that was the act of a man just trying to keep it together for a boy.
Hey, but you know what? Tomato chicken, you wouldn't be who you are now without that tomato chicken.
I think the tomato chicken really helped shape me into a stronger individual.
And it's hilarious.
And I think maybe if we were bring this full circle, maybe that's what white people would benefit from. Is a little bit of full acknowledgement that like you have been eating tomato chicken this whole time.
Right.
You guys
never
are
been that good.
It's never been that good. Stop giving yourself stars for fucking award-winning meals just because
But I mean,
one
Michelin
dude
stars
in your...
is all over the world, though.
But that's what I mean.
But I would argue, I bet there's a lot less in Africa and South America than everyone.
Dog, that's what I'm saying. Who is Michelin?
It's the tire company.
And who's giving out this? You know what I mean? A
It's
big
the tire
old,
company,
a old fluffy white man is giving out those awards.
Is he who decides?
Yeah.
They send the fat blimp guy
Yeah.
to be like,
He's not a blimp. He's made out of tires.
He's a bunch of tires
Yeah.
with a sash
Stacked on top of him.
Come into this French restaurant.
Yeah, and he's like, it's pretty good. You know what? You get a star.
Wait. Is he French?
I don't think so.
Oh, no. Is Michelin a French name?
I don't know. I've never studied them at all. But the point is, I think we would benefit.
French food is for poor people.
French food is for poor people, but now they act like it's fancy food.
Yeah, it's all just like butter and sauce and stuff.
Yeah, it's just they put a bunch of butter and then they pour the butter on top of the thing they're cooking until it's...
I mean, that's how I make steaks, and it's amazing.
No, French food is fucking great.
We should make them get us steaks after this.
Come on, man. We having steaks, y'all.
Hey, on Will Ferrell.
On Will Dirty Dog Ferrell.
Big Willie style.
Yeah, I just think white people would benefit from being more honest about their relationship with their own food.
Right.
And then subsequently, maybe they can learn to become better cooks. They can learn to actually embrace the cultures around them by first acknowledging like, hey, we've been putting up shit numbers this whole time.
Yeah. Your mom's casserole is kind of bad.
It's not, Frito pie ain't a thing, y'all.
Yeah. It's
Wipe your lips so you know. Yeah, there you go.
You were talking like that for like
well,
years?
it was very recently that
long?
it happened.
It's because I ate that fucking bagel. I was hungry. The carbs.
I don't want you to look like a fool.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
helping
I
you.
had some nuts, and then I was like, I need more food.
Yeah, no.
And then you had made that nut joke, which made me kind of like hesitant to eat more nuts in front of everyone.
I only made the joke because you screamed out loud. I love nuts.
I do love nuts, and you shouldn't feel bad about that. It's very healthy.
No, listen. I am a product of my own community.
He's a tomato chicken man.
I'm a tomato chicken man through and through. I don't know how long we've been doing this.
Feels like hours.
I feel like we did it. I think
it feels good.
I think we nailed this perfectly.
Yeah.
No notes
No
whatsoever.
Notes. 10 out of 10.
You want to tell the people where they can find you and what cool shit you have going on?
Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. That's where everything's going to be at. Oh, when this comes out, you should watch Royal Crackers on Adult Swim and then HBO Max the next day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Max.
Max. Oh, it's just Max.
It's just Max now.
Mad Max.
Mad Max TV.
What about you?
You can find me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms. And if this comes out before February 19th, I would love for you to be at my special taping in Chicago at the Green Mill. The tickets are available online. And yeah, I'm going to be telling jokes for an hour, and it's going to be really fun. And I hope you guys will pack it out and make it a great time. And as always, if you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracies, if you want to send us a recipe of your mother's famous bullshit white food that you think, in fact, is worth celebrating, send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. That's the whole shebang. Bye, bitch.
I'd rather check myself before I wreck myself.